Hi folks, today I want to walk you through how to establish a homepage and organization system for a new course in Canvas. My first recommendation is to build in modules. So make sure you're in modules and then hit the plus button. Here you're going to want to create an introduction to your course module. When you think of a module, think of either a unit of study or a folder. So that's how you're going to organize all of your content. So I'm going to hit add module. And now once I have established a module, once I have a folder, I can start to build in that folder. I'm going to start by making a home page. So I'm going to go here to the drop down and select page. Once I select new page, I'm going to title this home page. So I'm going to add this item right here, and then I'll be able to begin to build my home page for my course. Now as you can see here, I just added modules for each of my units. I also added a home page for each of my units. We'll talk a little bit more about what those modules and home pages look like in a little bit. But first, let's establish our home page for the course. Now, I'm going to select the home page here. As you can see, nothing has been created yet. This is just a shell for where my home page will be. Now, I recommend using home pages that have buttons to each unit. You don't have to publish every single unit in the whole course at once, but if you establish a place that will allow you to build those modules or those units, it's going to be really helpful for you as you move forward. Now, this is the home page for a course that I've already completed. Here you can see I've got a banner for the title of the course. I've got 6 tiles for each of my units as well as resources, and then I have a tile where students can click to receive contact information. Looking at each of these units, it takes students to a home page for each of those units as I just showed you, and now I can begin to organize and establish a direction or a pathway for my students to access information for each unit. Now that I'm on my blank home page, I'm going to click Edit. Here I can insert or I can type out different information. I can upload images. I'm going to start by making a table. So as you saw in my example home page, I had a table. For example, I have 3 units. So I'm going to make a table that has 3 columns where I'm going to upload different pictures to represent each unit. Adobe Spark is my favorite place to go to create these different banners and tiles that I can use for buttons in Canvas. There'll be a later video that'll walk you through Adobe Spark as well as Canva to create images. Once I'm ready to edit, I'm going to start by uploading an image as a banner. So when you're ready to upload your images, my recommendation is to save those images in a folder on your desktop of your computer. That's going to be the easiest way to get them into Canvas. First, I'm going to start by clicking this picture icon. I'm going to select the Canvas tab, and then I'm going to select Course Files. Here I'm going to be able to upload those images. So I'm going to select Upload, and they are on my desktop, and I've got my folder for Canvas images. Now, I've saved all of my photos and images as things that I'll recognize. That can become very helpful as you're building your course later on. So I'm going to start with my course banner, and I'm going to leave it as the size that it is. I can always play with the size later. And now I've got my English 101 banner. Now that I have my banner, I can begin building my buttons. These will eventually hyperlink to my different modules and my module home pages. So I'm going to start by uploading Unit 1. So I'm going to do the exact same process again here. Now here I'm going to make my dimensions smaller. I like 210. I like to have small buttons and icons that students can easily click and see in one particular image. So I've got my button here. I'm going to center it in the square, and then I'm going to repeat the process 2 times over. So again, go to Canvas, Course Files, I'm going to upload, and I have my images saved in a folder. I'm going to make sure I make the dimension 210, and then update, center, and now I'm going to repeat one last time. As soon as I have those images embedded, I'll be able to start hyperlinking them to my home pages. Now, remember, you can't hyperlink to something you haven't created yet. So even if you haven't edited the home pages for your different units, if you've built the shell, you'll be able to create those hyperlinks. It's pretty easy to link things in Canvas. If you look at this right-hand side here, these are hyperlinks that will take you directly to any pages or assignments that you've already created. So remember, you have to create the shell first before you can link. So I have pages that I've already created for each of my units. So I can select and highlight that image and then hyperlink it there. And then when I'm done, I need to remember to press save. Always press save. If you forget to press save, then you will lose your work. So unlike Google, where you don't have to save, you do have to save for Canvas. Now, I can play with the sizing and the spacing here. If I go back into editing, if I select the entire box here, I can make them smaller or larger. Sometimes it's a little finicky, so if it's being finicky, I zoom out. Then I can adjust the size right here, so I can shrink them together. I can also make sure that I highlight the entire box here and I can center that. And if I want to get rid of the border, I can select Table Properties, get rid of the border here, and drop that down and make that hidden. And now there won't be any border. So now I'm going to press Save to see what that looks like. I've got my banner, I've got my 3 units here. I could even upload or include a hyperlink to my syllabus. So I've got my unit here, and this will take it to the unit homepage. Note that this isn't published, so you don't have to worry about your students having access to units down the road if you haven't published them. So they'll just receive a screen saying that this wasn't published. But establishing that organization can be really helpful in your process of organizing and building your course. Once you're happy with your home page, you're going to want to hit publish. Once you hit publish, you're going to be able to use this as your front page.